Ever wondered why you never seem to have any cash to spare, or you're living paycheck to paycheck? You probably don't have a budget and may not even have a vague idea of where your cash is going and what it's being spent on. According to Forbes, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, with over 46% of those living paycheck to paycheck citing one of the main reasons as to why they're living paycheck to paycheck is due to lack of budgeting and financial planning. In this current economic environment, planning your spending and managing your finances is crucial to any kind of financial comfort in the future. If you don't have a budget, you simply don't have any structure to your spending, and you're likely to impulsively buy things that you may not even need and you may not have the cash for. This may also lead to neglecting to leave enough money left over to pay for things you do need or to invest in your future self. This can lead to financial stress, the use of overdrafts, the use of credit cards, and this debt can quickly spiral out of control. You should create a budget for all key expenses. You only have to do this once. You can put them into 4 different categories using the acronym I like, LIFE, L-I-F-E, which stands for living, investing, fun, and education. So starting with the living bucket, this is essentially where all your essential living costs should be allocated. This includes things like rent or mortgage, bills, food, transport, health insurance, and any other basic cost of living that you can think of. These should all be allocated to your basic living expenses bucket. The second bucket, investing, is where you should allocate a portion of your money each month or pay cycle to be invested to give you a greater financial base moving forwards. When working a job, this is how you pay yourself first. This may include investing in a 401k, a pension scheme, index funds, real estate, or maybe even crypto. It's essential that the investing bucket is not neglected. Many people spend all their money and then invest whatever is left over at the end of the month, without actually sticking to a consistent percentage. Be sure to allocate a certain percentage to your investing bucket and stick to this rigidly every month. So the third bucket, this is where the fun is. It is important to strike a balance in life, and so it's important to allocate sufficient funds to your fun bucket for things that genuinely bring you joy and make life more fun. This may include meals out, cinema trips, new clothes that you like every once in a while, or saving up for a dream holiday, a car upgrade, a phone upgrade, or any other non-essential fun purchases that you can think of. If you don't allocate a certain amount of fun each pay period, you will likely get frustrated and bored and end up blowing all the cash that you've saved on one big purchase somewhere down the line. So make sure to strike a balance and allocate some funds to your fun bucket. The final bucket is the education bucket. This is where you allocate a portion of your income to resources that will sharpen your skills and increase your intrinsic value to the marketplace. This will allow you to grow and continue to up your income levels going forwards into the future. This could include books or courses or seminars. This could also include expert advice from qualified accountants, tax advisors, real estate brokers, mortgage brokers, or financial advisors. One of my favorite quotes from Jim Rohn is that you don't get paid for time, you get paid for value. And the only way to increase your value over time is to continue to sharpen your skills. Jim Rohn also says, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. What he means by this, again, is continuing to sharpen those skills and increase your intrinsic value to the marketplace. Once you do this, you'll start to see your income climb, whether that's through promotions in your current job or getting another job with a higher pay rate. Remember, you only have to create your budget once, and then you can automate it in your online banking system every time you get paid. You can quite easily set up different accounts within your online banking system, so you get paid into one current or checking account, and then there are automatic direct debits out to your other accounts that are allocated to these different buckets. You then know that you have sufficient cash to cover all your living expenses in your living account, some fun purchases in your fun account, educational purchases for books and seminars in your education bucket, and you will of course have allocated your set percentage to your investing bucket, which may have gone straight out of your current account into that investment portfolio. If there is then any excess cash left over at the end of the period, this can then be added to the investing bucket, or if you like, you can allocate this to the education or fun bucket to continue to sharpen your skills further, or to have a bit of fun and pat yourself on the back for having a good month. I have created a completely free Excel budget template and built-in expenses tracker, and this is available to you completely free today. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, put your details in, and you will then receive a link with your Excel template attached. But before that, let's dive in and see how it looks. So when you open up your Excel tracker, you'll see there are 2 tabs. There's one for the budget template and there's one for the monthly tracker. The budget template is the template where you just create your budget once and you allocate your funds to the different buckets, as we discussed earlier in the video. There's lots of red text on this screen and on the second tab to provide you with some guidance around how to use this template. So looking at this template, we can see we've got the income at the top here, followed by the expenses, total expenses, and then your budgeted monthly cash flow. This is the net in or outgoing of cash for this pay period, usually a month. You'll notice that the cells in column E are yellow. Once you enter some data into these cells, they will lose their color and blend into the background. So let's enter some numbers here as an example. Let's say we earned $3,000 per month. Let's say we also had a bit of interest income on our savings. Let's say that's $100. So we can see here we now have total gross income of $3,100. Now we have our expenses section. Some of these expenses, such as taxes, can be taken straight from your payslip. Rent and mortgages are likely to be fixed costs that you're going to know are not going to change every month. So I'm just going to go through and populate these figures now as an example. Okay, so we've now populated our expenses column. We can see that our total monthly cash flow is $520. So we're now going to move on to the monthly tracker tab. Okay, so when you open up this tab, you can see there are columns for every month of the year. This is where you're going to record your actual expenses as opposed to the budgeted figures that we just recorded earlier. Let's say in this example, we came in exactly on budget. Therefore, our expenses in this column here, column E, are going to be the same as what they were in our budget. Let's just copy those over now. Okay. So now we've copied over our expenses for the month, and we can see our net monthly cash flow is included at the bottom. This is $520, and it's green because it's positive. If this was to be negative, it would turn red, like so. Okay, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a breakdown of percentages. What this is showing you here is the total amount that you spent on living, investing, fun, and education costs throughout the month. So in this example here, we can see that we've spent 68% of our expenditure on living costs. That's simply living costs divided by total expenditure for the month. That seems a bit high. We can see we put 21% of our total expenditure into investments, which is positive. We've used only 6% for fun and 5% for education. So these can probably be improved as the months go on. However, what percentages you want to allocate is completely up to you. And this template is completely free and completely editable. All you have to do is click in the link below, provide your email address, and you will then receive a link with your Excel template attached. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the budget template that I've created. Let me know if you think there are any improvements I can make to this template to make it more user-friendly or beneficial to you. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Bye.